week's live stream. This week we're doing beginner yoga flow. So this is a great class if you've never done yoga, if you're new to yoga, or if you're just looking for a gentle class to wake the body up and stretch it out. All you're going to need is a yoga mat. So we're going to start in a seated position. So we'll cross our feet and then lower ourselves down to our mats. And this is easy pose. So we cross one leg in front of the other. And we're going to just stay here for a moment. So let the knees fall open. Our spine is tall, our core is pulled in tight, and our shoulders are rolled back and down. And we're going to start with a gentle twist. So we're going to sweep our left arm behind us, and the right arm is going to come to the outside of that thigh. Look behind you, gentle twist, feel that core twist. Back to center, we're going to go all the way to the right side. So now that right hand's going to come behind us, that left hand comes out to the side of the thigh, and then gently press in, look behind you. And very nice, come back to center. And from here, we're going to come into a cat-cow. So we're going to come through onto our hands and knees position. Cat-cow, we want our fingertips spread wide, our wrists are under our shoulders, our knees are under our hips. And on an inhale, we're going to pull our chest through, look up, hips spike up. And then exhale, completely reverse it, round the spine. Think of pushing the floor away, tuck the chin and tuck the hips. Feel that back stretch. And again, inhale, pull that chest through, look up. And exhale, round the spine, push the floor away. And again, pull through, look up. And exhale, push away. Last time, inhale, pull that chest up. And exhale, round the spine, tuck the hips. Release that, come back to neutral. And we're going to come into child's pose. So our big toes are together and then our knees spread apart here. Sink those hips back, reach those arms on. That chest falls down through the legs towards the mat. Your chin or your forehead can come to the mat here. Fingertips wide, just feel the stretch up through the low back, the shoulders. And just take a few breaths here in. And exhale out. And again, inhale. And exhale out. And so we're going to come up back in a tabletop, and from here we're going to push into a down dog. So we're going to tuck those toes, and then we're going to push our hips up and back. So in a down dog, we want our arms straight. We want to press that chest through the arms, and then we want to push our hips high towards the ceiling. Our feet are about hip width apart behind us, and then we're pressing those heels towards our mat. They may not touch. You could pedal the feet in this first down dog as we start to work into it. And just hold here a few breaths. Feel those calves and hamstrings stretch. Feel the shoulders stretch. We're going to step to the front of our mat into a forward fold. So both feet step forward, hip width apart, and we're just going to hang here in a forward fold. You maybe cuss the elbows, let the low back stretch a little more. Our weight is even in our feet, between our toes and our heels. We're not leaning too far forward or too far back. And then from here, everything's going to hang loose, and we're going to ragdoll up nice and slow. So we start to roll up, vertebra by vertebra. And our head is going to be the last thing to come up. And then as we get to the top, big inhale, reach up for your ceiling. And then exhale, hands to the chest. Let it go. All right, we're going to move through classic sun salutation. We'll do it 2 times. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold back down, flat back as you fold down. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, fold back down. From here, we're going to plant our hands. We're going to step our left foot back into a low lunge. So that right knee drops, we release the toe, and then we rise up. So in low lunge, we don't want to be up here. Think of sinking those hips forward and down, like you're trying to touch that hamstring to the back of the calf. And then the arms are reaching up. Feel that stretch down that quad. And then exhale, lean forward. We're going to step that right foot back to meet our left. And then we're going to lower vinyasa, lower knees, lower chest. Pull through to cobra, chest comes through. And then shift back, tuck our toes, downward facing dog. Now from here, that right foot's going to step through into low lunge. So we shift forward, big step between our hands, lower that back knee, release the toe, and again, rise up. And plant the hands, big step forward, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back, reach it up, sweep. And then exhale, hands to the chest, let it out. We'll do that one more time to the other side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold back down. Hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, fold. Now this time, that right foot steps back. And we lower that left knee, release the toe, rise up. And again, sinking those hips forward and down, feel that stretch. And then lean forward, that left foot steps back to meet the right. And then we lower our knees, lower our chest, pull through to cobra. And then shift back, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. And that left foot steps through. Low lunge, drop that left knee, release the toe, rise up. And plant the hands, tuck that back toe, shift forward. Forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep it up, reach. And exhale, hands to the chest. All right, now we're going to move through a sun salutation A. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, fold. This time we plant our hands, step both feet back, plank pose. Then from here, we're going to shift forward into a chaturanga. So we take a slight shift forward and then lower, just hovering over our mat. And then pull through to up dog. So in up dog, see how my thighs are off my mat, my hips are off my mat. And then I'm going to use my core, pull up, pull back, downward facing dog. Step to the front of our mat, forward fold. Feet hip width apart. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep it up, reach. And exhale, hands to the chest. One more time. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, hands to mat, or your shins, flat back. Exhale, fold. And again, we plant our hands, step back, plank pose, slight shift forward, chaturanga. Pull through, up dog. Use that core, pull back, downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here. So we should have a nice warmth in the body. You should feel the blood moving. flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep it all the way up, reach. And exhale, hands to the chest. All right, last sun salutation that we're gonna do is a sun salutation B. We'll do one round of sun salutation B. All right, from here, we're going to bring our big toes together and our ankles are slightly apart. Bend down, try to sweep your mat with your fingertips, chair pose. So in chair pose, our torso is neutral, so we're not arching our spine or tucking our hips. Slight bend in those knees, and then our biceps are by our ears, pinky fingers spiral forward. And exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. And then we plant our hands, step back to plank. Take a vinyasa, shift forward, chaturanga. Hold through to up dog. Pull back, downward facing dog. And from here, our left foot steps through our hands. Our back foot's gonna spin on a 45-degree angle, warrior one, rise up. So in warrior one, you can have your legs as wide as you need them here for stability, but you really wanna pull that back hip forward. So we don't wanna be opened up here. Really think of squaring those hips to the front of your mat. And then our arms reach up overhead. That back leg is long, that right or that front leg is bent. And then inhale, hands come down, step back, plank pose, vinyasa, lower chaturanga. Pull through to up dog. Pull back, downward facing dog. Warrior one on that right side, so we shift forward, step that right foot through. Our back foot spins on a 45-degree angle, get stable, rise up. And again, pull that hip forward here. Few breaths. And lean forward, step back. Take your vinyasa, lower chaturanga. Hold through to up dog. Hold back. Downward facing dog. And then both feet step to the front of our mat. Big toes together, knees apart. Sink those hips down, chair pose. And then this time stand all the way up. Reach for the ceiling. And then exhale, bring those hands to the chest. We're going to move on from there. Should be nice and warm. We're going to come into a warrior two from this pose. So we're going to turn out towards our right. So we're going to take a big step back on our mat. Our front foot is facing the front of your room, and your back foot is parallel to your mat. And if I drew a straight line from my heel, it would connect directly to the middle of the back of my foot. Our arms come out to our sides here. We're sinking forward and down. Our shoulders are rolled back and our hips are open in warrior two. Hold here. And then we're going to go into an extended side angle. That front elbow is going to come down to that thigh. Our top hand is going to turn your palm to face the front of your room. And then a big extension overhead. So you're feeling that stretch all down the right side of the body. Try not to fall into your shoulders here. Keep that space. And then from here, we're going to come into an extended pyramid. So we're going to sweep that arm down, and our back foot is going to take a short step in. And now our hips are square to our mat. That front leg is extended and is straight, like a pyramid shape with our lower body. Fold forward. So now we've shifted that stretch into the front calf, front hamstring. And from here we're going to take a slight bend in that front knee, big step to the front of our mat, forward fold. exhale, inhale, sweep it up, reach. Exhale, hands to the chest, let it out. And again, inhale, sweep up. Exhale, dive back down, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant our hands, step back, take our vinyasa. You can always lower to the knees here as well. Chaturanga. And then pull through to cobra. And then shift back downward facing dog. So there's always a modification. You could always just skip a vinyasa as well. And we'll step to the front of our mat, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands to the chest. All right, we'll go right to the other side. So we're going to turn to our left this time to that warrior two. So we take a big step back. Line up our feet. That heel is centered to that back foot. And then sink forward and down here. Our arms are directly out from our shoulders. Hold here. And we'll come into that extended side angle so that elbow comes down to our thigh. That back palm turns up and then reach forward, big stretch. Again, keep that space in the shoulder. Don't sink into that shoulder here. We're going to move right into our pyramid. So we're going to sweep that arm down. Our hips start to square towards the front of our mat. Take a short step so our stance is shortened here. And then that front leg is straight, back leg is straight, making a pyramid shape with our legs. And then fold that chest over the front leg. Take a few breaths here. Should feel a really nice stretch all in the back of this leg right here. Slight bend in that front knee, big step forward, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins or mat, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep it up, reach for the ceiling. And exhale, hands to the chest. All right, our next pose, we're gonna move into a crescent lunge. So we'll take our right foot back. So take a big step back. So that back leg is long here, and that heel is popped up nice and high. Our hips have a slight tuck here, so you're feeling that stretch in the front quad. Your hands can be at your chest in prayer or up, reaching for your ceiling. Again, pinky fingers spiral forward. So we're pressing through that heel in the front leg, and that heel is popped high in the back leg. Nice long leg in the back. Hold here. Feel that strength, right? Building strength as we hold this lunge. From here, we're going to come into a runner's lunge with a twist. So everything stays the same, but we lean forward. That right hand comes down to our mat, and then that left arm is going to twist up. We're going to twist our torso. Keep this back hip in line with the knee. There's a tendency sometimes to kind of want to kick out here. Really pull it back, keep it right in line. And then bring that hand down, big step back. Press up, just into downward facing dog. Alright, we're going to step that right foot through to come to the crescent lunge on the other side. So shift forward, knee towards our chest, and then step through. And again, that back leg is long, that heel is popped high, and then we rise up. Again, slight to that hip, feel that neck quadricep here, hold. And here we're gonna come into that runner's lunge, so that right hand is gonna come down, and that left arm is going to twist up. the knee here if you need to, if that's more comfortable. Hold here. Nice. Bring that hand down, and then big step back with that right foot. Press up, downward facing dog. Push those hips up and back. Chest presses through those arms. Step to the front of our mat. Forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep up, reach. And then exhale. We're going to do a little bit of a standing balance pose here. What you're going to do is for your balance, it's best to find a spot either on the floor or on the wall in front of you that you can focus on. And then we're going to bring our left knee up, flex our foot, and then just grab just below the knee here with both hands, or you can just have one hand here. And just try to hold that balance. Our shoulders stay over our hips. We use that core to lift that knee. And then maybe you can stay here or try to bring that knee out to the side. Try to stay very focused here. And then start to bring that knee back forward. And release. Very nice. So do a few ankle circles here on the opposite leg. And we'll go right to the other side. This is my bad side, so we'll see how I do. All right, bring that knee up, that right knee in towards our chest. Both hands or one hand, flex that foot. Find that balance. We have mirrors all in front of us here in the studio, so it makes it even a little more challenging. All right, stay here or start to open that knee out. Hold here, focus. Breathe. And very nice, bring it back to center. And release, very nice. Go ahead and a few ankle circles here. One more balance pose, standing. We're going to come to a warrior three. We'll start with our hands at our chest in prayer. And all we're going to do is start to hinge forward. So our weight is all in that front right foot, and our back leg is straight. And we just start to hinge the hips so that we create one long line from our head to our foot. And again, find that spot, find that focus on the floor. Right? Some days it's there, some days it's not. Okay. We just do our best every time we step on the mat. And go ahead, rise back up. And release. All right, so I know that can be a lot on the ankles. That endurance builds up over time. And it becomes less and less stressful in those one-legged poses. All right, so now that left foot is forward. And again, we're going to start to hinge forward. As that back leg rises, our chest falls towards the mat. Try to keep your hips square. I am not having luck in this pose today. All right, there we go. Hold here. More breaths. Very nice. Nice and slow. Bring yourself back. All right. Nice job. Down to the floor here. Bring both feet hip width apart. Big inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. And then plant the hands. Take your last vinyasa. Shift forward, chaturanga. Hold through to up dog. Hold back. Downward facing quad. Just take a few breaths here. Our last down dog. Go ahead, lower the knees, big toes together, knees apart, child's pose. Sink those hips back and reach those arms long. Our hips are going to stay over our knees. And then we're going to reach those arms out really long in front of us. And then let that chest sink through. So you take your chin towards the mat, chest towards the mat here. Sit all the way through. So we'll start with our legs extended straight out in front of us. It can feel nice to kind of pull the cheeks out from under you here. Then we're going to flex our feet. And we're just going to lean forward. So when we lean forward, we want to think chest to thigh, chin to shin. Flat back. So you may come right here. Our hands can come outside of our calves here. If you can, reach the ankles, or if you can, get all the way to the bottoms of your feet. But really start to lean forward. Pull that chest and think of pulling those toes back so you get a nice stretch through the calf, through the hamstring, low back as well. Take a couple more breaths here. Hip width apart. We should have a placement of our heel so that as your arms are at your side, you can graze your heel with your fingertip. And we're just going to nice and slow start to roll the hips up. So as we roll the hips up, think of tucking the hips. Right here, tuck the hips, roll up and squeeze those glutes at the top. Keep the knees pressing together so we don't want them falling open like this. And then our weight is in our upper back shoulders here, so you should have no tension on the neck. So feel the front of the body open. And then nice and slow, lower back down, vertebra by vertebra. So that low back comes back into the neck. And again, nice and slow, roll those hips up, squeeze the glutes, press through those heels, and then hold at the top. Hold it here. here, maybe even gently pressing on that knee. Otherwise, you're gonna reach through. If you can grab the hamstring, or maybe you can get all the way to the shin. But we want our head relaxed on the mat here, but hold that knee in. You're gonna feel a deep stretch all right in the glutes and the hip here. Just hold here. The other side. So now we cross that left ankle over that right thigh, and then reaching through the hamstring or shin, flex the feet. Head is relaxed on our mat, and then feel that stretch on the other side. Here, while that low back pressing to the mat. And then next we're going to come into a happy baby. So we're going to flex our feet. Those knees open out wide. And then we want to try to grab the bottom soles of our feet here and press down. So we're pressing down and we're going to push those knees into the floor. So you feel a stretch in the inner thigh joint. If you cannot hit the bottoms of your feet, you can grab your ankles here. And you can stay still, or a lot of times it feels nice to just kind of rock side to side and massage that low back. So whatever feels good today. Fall open naturally. Our arms are at our sides, palms up. And go ahead and just close the eyes. Let the body just relax into the mat. Let the face soften. Soften the jaw. Release the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Just be present here for the next minute or so. I'm not worrying about what we have to do when we leave here, or what we have to do tomorrow, or what we didn't do today, right? This is your time. Just allow yourself to enjoy the benefits. into the mat, slight tuck in the hips. And then open the eyes, bring those knees back in towards our chest. And then maybe a few small circles with the low back here. And then you can let your knees fall to the left or the right. Then you roll to the side, press it, and bring yourself up. Beautiful job. Thank you so much for joining us.